Let me share my screen. So in the last session, right, we were actually left with this path guard implementation, right? So probably we have not implemented it. We are just returning true or false. So this auth guard is used as can activate guard over here. Let's say for the dashboard, right? So let's say if I just type localhost 4200 forward slash dashboard, it is actually showing me the dashboard. Okay. So if I just go and mark this as false, and if I just go to dashboard, it will never allow me to go to the dashboard itself. Okay. So that's the total idea. So let me keep one thing over here so that you all will understand about it. So I just wanted to create, so we will implement this auth guard later, but not right now because still we have not started with the dashboard components, right? So that's the reason. Okay. And let me close all these things. And here, if I just type dashboard, it is actually showing me the dashboard path, but nothing is there. But in the dashboard, we do have something called the header and also the footer, correct? And we do have a main content. So here, if you see that this is a dashboard component, and here we do have something called dashboard routing module. So here we do have only the dashboard component, but inside the dashboard component.html, we do have something called a router outlook. So here we need to actually maintain children's. Okay, so how we can actually maintain children's over here? So let me create one component inside this dashboard. Okay, so let me call this as restaurant list. So let me stop this and ng component, and then I have to generate it inside dashboard, right? So probably I can use this one dashboard, and I can just call it as restaurant hyphen list. Okay. Now, can you see this inside the dashboard? We do have something called a restaurant hyphen list. Okay. So first of all, let me go to this one and keep. So here already we do have this one, right? So restaurant list works. So I just wanted to add that inside the dashboard. So if you see this dashboard component.html, so these are the child routes, right? How we can give the child routes? So I will go to the dashboard, and here I'll just define children. You already know about it. We have done it for auth, right? So if you just go to the auth module, we have done the same. Got it? So in the same way, we are going to do it. So here in the path, I will just define it as path. And here I just wanted to define it as restaurants, so that you will get the list of restaurants. Okay. Right now we have maintained a JSON file. So here I have actually maintaining one JSON file, restaurants.ts. Okay. So this data anyhow we will be receiving it from the backend later on, but not right now. Okay. So that you will understand how we can actually make the backend calls and get all these kind of things. So let me do that for now. So restaurants, and the component will be a restaurant list component. That's it. And you don't have to do anything. Now, if I just go back and do ngserve, yeah, I'm good, Divya. Thanks for asking. Sorry for bothering everyone, including Narish IT. let me run this. And if I just go to this dashboard, and if I just type restaurants, nothing is working. So if I just take this one, this is the restaurants. So /dashboard and /. This is working. But where is the text, right? So here, if you just go to here, and I will just add, I'll just use some bootstrap classes. It is there beside the header. So I'll just add padding also so that it will be visible to everyone. Can you see this? Okay. So we will do all this stylings later on, but right now you can see that. So if I just go to the dashboard, it is actually showing me the dashboard, but nothing is there until we activate the child route restaurants. Okay. Now the restaurant list is going to work. Now what we need to do over here, right? First of all, so if I just go to this, and first of all, we need to write a mechanism to actually, so this is a restaurant list component, and we need to show multiple restaurants over here. So let me do one more thing, okay? So let me go and create another component, ngDC, instead of a restaurant list, restaurant. So let's see how this is going to work, okay? I just wanted to use a structural directive so that ng4 in order to show all the restaurants, okay? So we'll do step by step, and I'll do ngserve again. And what I will do in the dashboard routing module, here I just wanted to add, so I have added a restaurant list component. Here we don't have to do anything, but we need to do some changes inside our restaurant list component.html. Okay, so let me do one simple thing. Okay, I will just go to this, and instead of this, I'll just do this. And instead of this one, I'll just use the existing classes, t-flex. And for now, I'll just keep those. And here, I just wanted to include the restaurant component inside this list. So let me go and pick this up. So the name of this component is not this one. So this is the app restaurant. Okay, so let me go and pick this up, and let me paste this, and let me paste multiple times and see what happens. Yay, it works. Restaurant works, and restaurant works, right? So we'll do one thing. First of all, we'll just go to the restaurant HTML. And here, instead of restaurant works, we'll actually give our, we will actually design our components. Okay, so first what I will do, I will just add a mat card, mat-card. And here I just wanted to add a class. Restaurant-card. I'll add no shadow. I'll just show it to you. What is the shadow and no shadow? For now, I'll just remove this, okay? And then what I just wanted to do, I will just create another div with a class card image container, okay? And then I just wanted to add a image source will be fine. So let me, and the source, I'll just use a property binding over here. And okay, for now, not use it. So Probably I just have to give some image to this. So let me go to the database. You don't have to worry about it because I do already have a script for this. So I'll just copy one URL so that we can design one single component of restaurant, and then we will post accordingly see that. So if I just go to this restaurant, there is one image URL. I'll just pick this up and I'll paste it over here. Such a big one. Okay. I'll just say it as restaurant. Okay. So once this is done, I don't have to do anything. I will just minimize this one as well. And after this, I just have something called mat card content. Okay, so mat hyphen card hyphen content. And here I just wanted to add another properties class. Sorry for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here, right? So it already came. So don't worry about that. We'll see that. So if I just go to this swiggy.com, so here we do have something called list of restaurants, right? So here it is actually being shown it as like this we need to show. See, so we do have an image, we do have a restaurant name, we do have a rating, we do have the delivery time. For now, we will not be adding delivery time and the menu types and the location of the restaurant. This is what we need to get a look onto this. Okay. So how we are going to design is completely out of the way because we are not using much CSS. I just wanted to use a flex layout from Bootstrap and we are going to make it as simple as it is. Okay. So now I'll just go to this mat card content. And here, I just wanted to add deflex. Everyone knows about it. I don't have to explain it because we already have gone through this deflex CSS files as well as Bootstrap classes files. Okay. But anyhow, we'll see how it is actually going to work. So for now, I have just used flex column. Okay. But we will see how this is actually going to work and what other types we can also add. Okay. So now I just wanted to add another div. So totally, how many divs we need to maintain? So one for the one for the restaurant name, another for the rating, another for the menu types, and location Madhapur. So totally, I need to maintain. That's it. Okay. Now here, what I need to do, right? So I just wanted to add the restaurant name. So restaurant name, I can actually pick it up from this one. Box at this emails. I'll just paste it over here. And the next one is rating. So rating, I will actually take it as 2, sorry, 4.2 for now. And then what is the another one? Menu types. So here, menu types, we do have something called the menu types. We have the menu types over here. Okay. So right now, I'll just give biryani and tandoori, rotis, and sweets, whatever it is. Okay, let's keep it like this. And then the fourth div is for the location, right? So location, let's say Madhap. So we have created like this. And now let's see how it is actually going to look in our, wow. Hey, it is something like this one, right? So we need to add a small amount of CSS. Okay, so what I just wanted to do, I will just pick this up, restaurant card, and I will just go to this respective CSS over here. And then here, I just wanted to add a width, 250 pixel. And then I just wanted to make this as cursor so that whenever we hover on that, restaurant card, it will actually, it will actually show you the finger option. I'll just show it to you right now. And right now, if I just go to this, nothing happened. Is it running? Okay. So why it is not working? It has to work. So restaurant card, let me decrease it to 100 and see. It's not at all changing. Anyone knows the reason for this? Anyone? Okay. Don't worry. I will tell you each and everything. Okay. So right now, I just wanted to. So there is something called the card image container, right? So this is the image. We are actually making the width of the matte card and not the image, right? So there has to be something we need to, look into that. So here, what I just wanted to do, I'll just go to this one and I will just add that class over here. And here I just wanted to add an image and object position desktop. Okay, nothing matters. So here, if I just keep this width for the image, there you go, correct? And here, I just wanted to give this as 250 pixel. Super. So we got it, right? So we got it. But so here there is something called the card image container. We are getting it, but leave it for now. We'll see it later. But again, there is something called a shadow is coming in. Can you see this shadow? Can you see this? There is a shadow coming in. I don't want to, maintain a shadow for it because there is a different reason for it. Let me keep that one inside this one. So no hyphen shadow. And I will just take this, not shadow. And in the restaurant component.css, it's a class. We need to add dot and then there's something called a box shadow, none, and make it as important so that it will override the existing style. So now it actually looks pretty much good, right? So here, if you don't do this, you'll actually see a shade. Can you see this? I don't want to do that, correct? I just wanted to eliminate all the shapes and then I just wanted to bring it in a nice look. So that's the reason I don't want it to maintain a shadow of it. That's it. Very simple. Now it is looking pretty much good, right? Now, the next step, what we are going to do, we need to arrange these images side by side. How we can actually do that, right? So for that, we do have something called the, so right now, if you see that we have added this one by one. Can we use a for each loop and then can we make that inside? So what I'm actually talking to you is, so let's say I just wanted to define a deflex for now. And then I just wanted to use justify content hyphen center. Super. And now let's see how it actually looks like. Hey, super, right? Okay, fine. So I just wanted to use one more thing. So if we just go to this, the dashboard component.html, right? So to the main content, we need to add some CSS so that it will be applied to all the other scale components. So here, I just wanted to use this main content. And if you just go to this one I'm talking about, okay? So it has to come below the header, but it is wrapping. See here, it is actually wrapping. It has to come after the header, right? So probably what I can do, I can simply add a padding top and I can actually give rem. You can give pixels also, but rem is basically used for responsiveness. So padding bottom, and then I will just give rem for this one as well. Now this looks pretty good, correct? Now what we will do, we will just go to the restaurant list component. Where is this list component? Yeah, list component. So here I just wanted to do anyhow, deflex is already there, right? So we need to add something else. What is that? Right? So since we are using deflex, can I use flex hyphen wrap for now and see what is going to happen? Super. It is actually, wrapping it up. That means, let me tell you what happens over here. Can you see this? So this is something called flex wrap. If you just don't give the flex wrap, let me tell you, we'll just bring this to a very good style. Okay. So now see here, if I just minimize it, there is a scroll bar coming in. So this has to be eliminated. Okay. So if I just see, there are only two images. Where is the third image? Gone, right? So this is very wrong. If I just add flex hyphen wrap, all the three images will be visible. See? And if you just increase the size, see how it is actually setting it up? No images will go. Okay. So this is something called a flex wrap. Okay. If the window size is getting closer to the images, it will actually push the images to the bottom so that it shows all the components. Okay. So now what we need to do over here. So let me do one simple thing. Okay. What I just wanted to do for now over here. So since we have added all these kind of things, let me add a class also for that class. So there is something called x-axis and y-axis. And let's see how this is actually going to make a difference. Okay, now I just wanted to add this to all the components. Yes, it's pretty good. But here we need to, wrap the components in such a way so that it is actually side by side. So how we can actually make that happen, correct? So for that, we need to do something else. But for now, I think this will be fine. So here, what we can do else. So first of all, we'll just put one thing over here and we'll just design this component. Okay. So for now, what I just wanted to do, I'll just go to this restaurant component.html. And here, I just wanted to add some styles. Okay. So here, if you just see it, I can actually use one bootstrap class. Okay. Good. It is actually coming like this. Very good. We have not added CSS. And what I need to do over here, first of all, I just wanted to, show a star. If you just go to this one, there is a star rating, right? So how we can actually include this star rating. So I'll just go to this one and I'll just use this div. I'll just remove this for now. And there is something called a mat hyphen icon. We can actually use this one. And there is something called, stars. You can actually keep it. And then inside this div, what I can simply do, I can actually give this rating over here. And now let's see. It is actually visible, but where is that rating, right? So something is wrong, right? So let's do one thing. So here, I just wanted to add class. So rating has gone down, right? So can you see this? There is a rating over here, and the rating is not aligned with the actual rating. Star and rating, they're not. See here, I'm talking about this too. So can we make this in a single row? Can see this one, right? So can we make this in a single row? So what we can actually do, there's something called bootstrap class, dflex, d hyphen flex. And then I just wanted to add flex hyphen row. And then I just wanted to make this as bold. That's it. Can you see this now? Beautifully aligned, very much beautifully aligned. Okay. So it's in the same row. So this is how we actually, use bootstrap classes in order to reduce CSS, and CSS taken care by the bootstrap itself. And we need to actually use. So here you do have one icon and one text. So how we can actually bring these two things in a single row? We can actually use dflex, flex row, and this is inside the div. And whatever is there inside the div and how many text or icons will be there, they'll be in the same line. Okay. Now, I'm not happy with this, icon, right? So what I can simply do, right? So for the icon, we can actually simply use something called, some color. So what we can actually do, so this is actually a material icon, right? So we do have already some styles existed already. So if you just go to this material override, we can actually use there's something called, um, creating icon. And here, if you just see this variable.css, this is the color we need to use. Okay. So since this is a part of this, I don't have to use this color every time. So if I just go and keep that color, it's very simple. So we need to override it so that it is actually generating it. 1 second. Now it is compiled. It is not actually showing the color of this, because what is happening, if you just go to the actual styles.css, we do have these variables, we do have this material override as CSS, but why this color is not coming over here? But let me go and, pick this one and go to this respective restaurant component.scss. And here I can actually use that one. Here it is not coming since we need to import that on the top. @import. And go to the styles, go to the variables.scss. Okay, now it is fine. Still, it is not working. And if you just go to the restaurant component.html, here we have actually not given a class name. Okay, so we need to give some rating icon class name. There you go. There is the color. It's very simple, right? So this is how we actually perform, you actually develop a card. So once you have a card, you don't have to worry about anything, right? So what we can simply do then, right? So probably what I will do now, I already have the list of restaurants right now with me, but let's do some more thing, right? So let's say if I just have a lot of menus like this. Mm, and whatever it is, okay? So can you see this? It's a very disadvantage. See, it is actually going behind the image, right? So to eliminate this one also, we do have something called bootstrap class text hyphen truncate. If it is exceeding the maximum limit, then probably we can do that. Okay, can you see this one? So let me do one more thing. Okay, so here this matcar content is actually fixed, right? So it has something called the what I actually mean to say. If I just go to this restaurant component.css, and here I just wanted to add this width over here. This is actually becoming big, and here I have placed it over here. But if I just wanted to give in the same places, this actually becomes a huge big one. But right now, don't worry about this. We'll just go through this text truncate later on. But right now, we are good to go. Okay. So now I will just remove this, and this looks good. Okay. So now we need to get this data from the backend. So right now we are not going ahead and designing the backend for our choice, right? So here we just want to define one way to actually loop through the existing restaurants instead of hard coding the restaurant components like this. Correct. So what we can do for this one, if you just ask me truly, there is something called restaurant list component. And here I just wanted to go to this restaurant list component.ts. Sorry, this one. This is a test file. You don't have to worry about this test file. You can actually delete it. Yeah. So this is a restaurant list component.ts, right? So what I simply wanted to do over here, I just wanted to get the existing data of the restaurants from a file. Okay, so let me do one simple thing. If you just go to this particular folder called DB, there is something called restaurants.ts. I need to get this data from a file for now. Later on, we will get it from the backend, from Spring Boot application. So let me do one simple thing. So if I just go to this restaurant list component.ts, here I can actually go to this. And before that, I just wanted to import restaurants from. So where is that file? So it is actually there. We'll just see. Until we get the DB folder, we'll just do dot dot. Yeah. So DB restaurants. That's it. We don't have to do anything else. Now we have the data of the restaurants. I can actually, what I simply wanted to do, very simple, guys. Restaurants equal to restaurants. That's it. And now what I just wanted to do, a simple magic, not a magic, sorry for that. And here I just wanted to go to this restaurant component, list component.html. And instead of having like this, right? So probably what I wanted to do, .ng for equal to, we can actually use like this, right? Let restaurant of restaurants. This is a name that we have given, right? Correct? This is what we have given. And now the whole list goes on. Can you see this? And here we have actually hard coded the data. So we need to get a way to actually get this restaurant to the child component from the list. So from the restaurant list component, this is a parent which is holding app restaurant. So restaurant list component is having app restaurant. That means restaurant list contains restaurant. So how we can actually pass the data? Very simple way. So what we can actually do, I can actually use property binding, right? Already know about this. And I will pass restaurant over here. This restaurant and this restaurant is same. Okay, so here, why it is actually giving an error? Because we have not still created a restaurant property inside the restaurant component.ts. So what we can actually do, we can actually go to this restaurant component.ts, this one. And here, I just wanted to define one restaurant. Okay, and then I just wanted to define this as a restaurant. Okay, but here, this restaurant has to be a interface because since we have not included models package, right? So if you just see it over here, there's something called auth request only. Like this, we need to prepare the models for our thing. So what I just wanted to do, I'll just go and create a new file, restaurant dot ps. And here, what I just wanted to do, export interface restaurant. And here I need to define restaurant ID. This is the number. And we need to give a restaurant name. There's a string. We need to give rating. To give, sorry, for rating, rating is a number. Okay. Menu types. It's a string array, right? I'm talking about this one, guys. The menu types we are going to show, right? This one, burgers, beverages, caves, and dot dot dot. There are so many menus. So we can actually use the same. Is the string array. And then we do have something called image URL. Okay. This is also a string. And comma. And then we do have something called a location. This is also a string. And that's it. For now, I just wanted to use only this. And here I just wanted to import that restaurant from the model package. That's it. I don't have to do anything. But why this is giving an error? So we need to include question mark over here so that it will run fine. And we need to include that with @ input. Okay. And now this works fine. And now from the restaurant list component, we can actually see that the error is gone. Okay. Now the scenario is very simple, guys. So here, we don't have to worry about anything because if you just go to this restaurant, where is this component HTML? Yeah. Here, I don't have to, do much things over here. I don't have to hard code this data. Since we do already have a property, right? So we can actually use a property binding. And since we already have the restaurant as an input from the restaurant list component to this restaurant component, we can actually, use image URL. Okay. So you don't have to worry because this will come by default. So the meaning of this one, if restaurant exists, then only image URL. Otherwise, don't show. That's it. Okay. So this actually eliminates some issues. Null pointer exception we'll get in terms of backend, but here we'll be getting an issue. So that's the reason. If this is not kept, then probably this will give an error. So what it is actually going to say, hey, if image URL itself is not there, what will happen? So you can just have a check. If restaurant exists, then only you can call restaurant.image URL. That's it. Very simple. Okay. Now the other way around is we need to use something called if I just go to this one, I will actually use string interpolation and restaurant, and we can actually use restaurant name Very simple, right? And this rating, anyhow, we will be getting it from the restaurant itself. And the rating, good. And here we'll be getting the menu types. And here the menu types are menu types, and then the location of the restaurant. That's it. And now you can see the magic. But we'll arrange it. We need to do some little bit flex layout changes so that everything will be on the right path. So now if you can see it over here, we do have something called, the restaurants. And if you just minimize it, see here, it is actually wrapping it up to the down. But you don't have to give much spaces, right? So there is a lot of space. What is happening here? So if you just go to this one, uh, the restaurant card, right? So I don't have to use this. Now you will see, can you see this? There is something called this extra space is coming in. We need to reduce this one so that we will get rid of issues. So here, can you see this one? Yeah, this is the one. And here I need to decrease that size first of all. Width. And then there is something called how we can actually get rid of that. Right. So here is the card image container. And this is exactly the same. So this is a card image container. So to the card image container, if you just go to the CSS, so here we have actually given the width, but we are not supposed to give it over here. But if you are not going to give it, we're actually going to get a very big image, right? So how do we actually eliminate this kind of things from this, right? So here everything looks great. We have designed it, but we need to get rid of this whole spaces, extra spaces, which are coming in for different restaurants. Okay, they're not of the same size, but what we need to do. Okay, so right now I'll just use a no shadow so that I'll be seeing this. And if the time permits for you, then probably what you can do, you can simply go and fix this issue. If not, there's a small change that we need to do over here in the restaurant component.scss or anywhere in the material override, because we are actually using the mat card. So we need to have a kind of mechanism to actually fix the size of the card. Okay, so that's the total idea. Okay, so if I just go to here, there's a material override.scss. Here we have actually given this as 100 pixel. I just wanted to give it as 250 pixel, right? all the issues are fixed. Okay, but if I change this, the problem is this will change. I just wanted the login page to be, somewhat um, bigger in size. It's very small. If I just change it over here, this is fine over here. Let me refresh it. This is fine over here. But if I just go to the restaurants, so the problem comes here because if I just go to this one, I just remove this shadow. You can see that it is actually taking the whole width. Okay, that means it's a card basically. How we have designed this, the login, it is actually taking that particular width. But I don't want to do that, right? So if I just remove it from here, if I just wanted to make this as 250 pixel, it is going to fix over here. But the problem is, right? But the problem is, so sorry, it's 250 pixel. I have given 2500 pixel. Here we are completely fixing it, right? And can you see this? It is actually coming out to starters, biryanis, curries, right? So now if I just go ahead into this restaurant component, and there is something called text hyphen truncate. This is one of the bootstrap class. Can you see this? So we have achieved the same result, whatever is there inside the Swiggy portal also. We need to use text truncate. So what text truncate does is, see, for each and everything, here also fruit, bite, natural juices and salads. Here also the restaurant name is actually using text truncate. Can you see this? Quality walls, frozen and dot dot dot. So I will just go to this one as well, and I will just use text hyphen truncate. And if I just go and see the fix, even for the restaurants also, it is fixed. Can you see this one? Yeah, fruit, bite, natural juices, and dot dot dot. So when we need to have a mechanism to not show all these kind of things in a single go, right? So sometimes we need to cut the actual width of the text. Otherwise, the cart size will grow. So now what happens is, if I just go to this one and if I just remove the shadow, it is okay. The shadow is not there. No hyphen shadow. Okay. Now can I say this? It actually looks pretty much good. There are no shadows. Okay. So this is good, but there is a problem with this one as well. Okay. So if I just go to this restaurant component.css, I just wanted to remove this. This will fix the complete sizes of the overall things. But here you can see there's a mismatch, right? So we need to use the width as 250 pixel over here. And here, do we need that one or not? We'll just see this. Now this is completely good. But here, some of the restaurant, images are big and some of the restaurant. So we need to make them fixed. To make it fixed, we will see that tomorrow. Okay. But right now, I'm just giving this thing to everyone so that you all can have a taste of it and also you can try it from your own side. Okay. So hope this lecture is fine for you after a long gap. But if you're just addicted to, the text components, then probably you will be a master in CSS. You don't have to use CSS. Just get in-depth knowledge on the actual, so if I just don't use FlexWrap, see here, all the restaurants will come in the same line. Okay. If I just use flex-wrap, The advantage is it is responsive also. Let me show that to you. Can you see this? Only 3 restaurants will show. Now only 2 restaurants will show. Now only 1 restaurant. So this is something called responsiveness. Okay, that's it. So that's the reason you need to use flex-wrap. Okay, and what is this MX2 and by -2? Let me explain this one as well to everyone. Everything is clubbed right now. Can you see this? Everything is clubbed. So there is no gap between each and every card, right? So if I just do MX-2, we are applying for all the restaurant. There is a NG for, right? So when first restaurant comes, okay. After the first restaurant, if second restaurant is coming, it will actually apply some margin. Can you see this one? There is a margin in between the restaurants. If you just increase this to 5, there will be a long gap. See this? There's a long gap. I don't want to do that. So 2 will be fine. And here there has to be a gap between the restaurant, upper restaurant, and the lower restaurant also. Okay. And you can also add that by -2. That's it. Okay. Now this looks pretty good. Okay. So this is the only thing. Now I just wanted to give this to everyone so that you all can have a brief understanding on it. It's very simple. I've not used CSS. I don't want to use CSS to confuse people because much CSS does not has to be used in any of the application unless it is a requirement. Okay. Since we can use Bootstrap classes in order to make a UI look and feel very good so that we can use it. Okay. So now what I will just do, I'll just go to this file explorer and I will just go to this Hungarsavior portal and I will just remove this node modules and close this up. And I will delete this and I will just give this in the Telegram channel. Okay. Let it delete. Okay. So now okay. Now it will be less in size. So I will be sending this to you. You can also see how I have used NG for inside restaurant list. Once you see that, you will get a good understanding. But if you're not understanding it, if you are facing any issues, let me know in the tomorrow session before we start a batch, right? Before we start a session, sorry. This is good with everyone. Okay. So I think hope this session is good. You understood it pretty well, but you need to go through the classes and components. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand it. Go through the classes and components and let me know if you have any concerns. But this is the best way to rearrange all these restaurants and also you need to design the menus components also. But I will let you know how it is actually going to work. Okay, don't worry. That's it. Done, man. I'll just why this is much big. Okay, so maybe I will give you only the source, man, because it is very big in size, right? How much big it is? 160 KB, 16 MB. Okay, fine, no problem. I'll give it to you. File, desktop, workspace, Srinivas. Okay, sorry. And Hungarsavior portal zip. That's it. or it is 156 MB, man. Okay. So you need to maintain a good internet. I don't want to give source. So everything will be included in this. So you can actually go through this and understand it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Divya. And thank you, everyone. I will meet you tomorrow in the same time. Okay. Bye.